Hello, my name is Frank, and this video is about pizza dough, bread dough, or sandwich rolls. The pizza will go in my gas-fired Roccbox outdoor pizza oven, and the rolls will be baking in the kitchen. I will be using a scale to measure out the flour, water, yeast, and salt. I hope you use a gram scale in your kitchen. I think it's the only way to go. I've tried cups and teaspoons and tablespoons in the past, but I think it's very inconsistent. Let's get started. Here I weighed out the flour at 500 grams. Then I weighed the water at 350 and set that aside. Then the yeast was at 7 grams, and we can set that aside and get the salt ready. And the salt was at 10 grams. You want to continue mixing this until you feel like most of it has come together. You'll see it's a scraggly looking dough. It's not going to be smooth at this point, but you try to get as much flour from the bottom incorporated into the dampness of the dough. I felt this was good enough at this point. What you can do is you clean the spoon off a little bit, and I have my oven on with the light on, no heat, and I set a timer for 45 minutes. Slide the dough into the oven, close it with the light on, and we get enough warmth in there to raise that dough well over the 45 minutes. Here we've got the timer going off after the first rest. We're going to pull that dough out. I have cleaned the surface of the countertop and I've dampened my hands. And we're going to, with damp hands and a damp countertop, we're going to just pull that dough out onto the countertop. And we're going to stretch, turn, and slap. You're going to see this is a pretty easy method here. I'm pulling, folding over, rotating at 45 degrees, slam it down again, fold it, rotate, slam, fold, rotate. Do this 2 or 3 times, then you put it back in the bowl and you set your timer for 45 minutes again and put it back into that warm oven. I didn't cover the bowl with cellophane. The oven was just a real nice environment for this dough. After the second rest, pull it out, clean the countertop, dampen it, dampen your hands, pull the dough out, put it down on that countertop and do the same thing again. We're going to stretch, we're going to fold, and we're going to turn. Fold, turn, fold, slap, turn. The dough is becoming very silky at this point. That dough is hydrating. Over now it's been 90 minutes. And 4 restings are recommended, but I've rushed this dough at 2 restings or 3 restings and had very good results. The longer you let it rest, the more flavor will come into this dough. Here we're after I did 4 rests on this batch. I've floured my surface now. You don't need it wet. Now you want your countertop dry, clean, and floured. So we're going to take this ball of dough and we're going to cut it into 250 grams for the pizzas and then 600 grams for the rolls. As you can see, I'm cutting, pushing the air out of the dough just a little bit and then rolling it back up into a ball to let them rise. Again, the goal of this batch of dough was to make 2 small pizzas at 125 grams each and 6 rolls at 100 grams each. The 6 sandwich rolls rested for about 45 minutes, and now we're ready to put an egg wash on, and I chose this day to use some toasted sesame seeds. You can use whatever you like, some everything seed or salt and pepper, whatever your preference, or none at all. The oven is preheating. I have a convection oven and it preheated to 425. And these are about ready to go in. We could see them baking here and the final product here. I didn't make them too dark, a nice golden brown. They look great to me. You can bake them as dark as you like. Here we are back at the counter and we're going to start prepping one of our 125 gram balls for a roughly 8 to 10 inch pizza. I'm trying a rolling pin here. I normally use my fingertips just to push the dough down and stretch it, but on this day I was trying to come up with more of a New York style flatter pizza, not too thick. This dough will rise well when it's in an oven or in my pizza oven, so it's not going to be flat and like a cracker dough. It's going to rise, it's going to puff up. That 70% moisture in there will make the dough very soft and it will rise. You will have a nice crumb to it. Here I'm preparing my peel. I'm going to I have a olive oil and garlic and red pepper flake ready to go on there. I'm spreading that on thin. This is not a red sauce pizza, but a white. Next I have some shredded mozzarella. Putting that on, give it a nice covering of cheese. Then I have some oregano, dried, and then some dried basil. Next I have some hot sausage cut up in small pieces, a little cracked fresh black pepper, just a touch of salt. And next I put a little bit of flour onto the peel. You always want to prep your pizza on the countertop, not on the peel. You'll force it down through those holes. Now I'm going to slide it up onto there, put a little bit of flour on it. I'm going to reshape it and run to the Roccbox. Here I've got it into the roughly 800 degree outdoor pizza oven, where it should cook in anywhere from a minute to a minute and a half. You got to be right there watching it. It will burn quickly at those temperatures. You can see that it's rising real nice in there. You got some air and moisture in that dough, so it rises on that heat. A few rotations and you can see the nice leoparding of the dough. Good color. Browning on top, and that's what the finished product looked like.